everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast. I'm the Armchair QB1 Dizzle, and I'm here with Dutchie.
Yo.
And we got the man that puts the E in eccentric, Eric.
Excitement. Oh.
Excitement.
What's up? Yeah.
And
yeah, like you make things exciting.
And C Money's here.
Yo.
The man who hates me because I picked this show.
Well, it's a great show. Actually, it's really not.
Yeah, no. It's not one of WCW's high points.
Yeah, especially the Eric Bischoff scene.
Do you want to tell people what we're doing?
So it is Great American Bash 1991. The 35th anniversary is going to be on July 14th. This show is significant for the fact that this is the first WCW pay-per-view without Ric Flair.
Yep.
As he turned tail and didn't turn tail. He left the WWF because he got tired of Jim Herd's bullshit.
I got tired of that.
So he ran back to Vince.
Yeah. So this is an interesting pay-per-view. WCW really did suck at this time, even though there was some stuff I still enjoyed. But yeah, when your main event cage match is 2.5 minutes long.
But for 91 WCW, which I remember they were struggling under Jim Herd.
Yeah.
The fact that they got 9,000 in Baltimore is pretty cool.
Well, Baltimore is one of their stronger cities.
Yeah, but when wrestling's real low, like there's WWE shows that get 3,000 sometimes when they're not hot.
Yeah. They were getting 3,000 in 91, that was for sure.
So
Because 91 was not a good time for the business.
okay, so I do have a question when it comes to this like main event thing. That I was kind of lost with that. What was up with the whole? Yeah, still cage. But why? I thought like the title match. It was what you said. The title match was not going to be inside of steel cage. Was this the steel cage of Paul Heyman and that mixed tag team match?
Yeah.
All right. So, Clint, you were talking about the main event cage match?
Yeah. Like you said, it was going to be like there was a lot of like controversy with it, but then you understand. Then you got the whole steel cage for the title match. I don't remember advertising that. The title match itself, Luger and Barry supposed to be in that steel cage for the title too.
It was. Yeah. It was always the main event was supposed to be Luger and Flair main event cage match, but Flair had left, said he wasn't going to do the match with Luger. So they substituted Barry Windham. The original plan for the intergender cage match was supposed to be the Steiner brothers teaming up with Missy Hyatt to take on Arn Anderson, Barry Windham, and Paulie Dangerously.
Oh, Barry was supposed to be in that cage match.
Yes. But he had to get taken out. Well, first of all, Scott Steiner got hurt at the last Clash of Champions. He got hurt in the IWGP tag title match. Now, when they found out he got hurt, Dusty Rhodes sent out the hardliners, Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch, to injure Scott Steiner because they knew something was wrong right away. So they're like, oh, take him out. Well, Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch, in their infinite wisdom, took out the wrong Steiner brother because they are extremely fucking stupid and useless. As you can tell, I'm not a fan of either one. I mean, Dick Murdoch's okay, but Dick Slater, ultimate scumbag. Rest in your
Well, their name says it all.
Yeah. So the main event cage match ended up being Rick Steiner and Missy Hyatt versus Arn Anderson and Paulie Dangerously. The problem was the Maryland State Athletic Commission said, no, she is a woman. She cannot be in the cage with men. But they didn't want to change it. They kept advertising it the way it was.
But
So they came up with that plan at the end of the show. Dusty said, okay, hardliners, baby, you got to go out there and you got to abduct the girl. So they went out there and they did that. And the fans had no idea what was going on. So, I mean, you saw like, and I know we'll get to it later on, but you saw the part where there was a fan that was actually trying to stop the hardline from taking her. Dick Murdoch almost waylaid the guy.
Yep.
One, because that's what wrestlers did back in the day, and two, Dick Murdoch is a piece of shit. Yeah,
I like him. Are we gonna get into the card?
Yeah. I just had the soapbox for a few minutes.
Junkyard Dog and Black Bart's the pre-show match.
Oh my!
This is hilarious.
Well, that explains why they were there at ringside for the lumberjack match.
Yeah.
I'll say this about Black Bart. R.I.P. to both of them.
Yeah.
This was around the time where Black Bart, they were trying the thing with the Desperados. We talked about it on the Black Bart Tribute.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it wasn't going anywhere because Sting and Lex Luger were afraid they would have to work with him.
That's funny.
Yeah. And it's just like, do you guys really? I would think that I'd be like, do you guys really think that Dusty would be dumb enough to make you put over the Desperados, which are supposed to be a comedy act? It ain't gonna fucking work.
100%.
But,
PN News and Bobby Eaton.
oh God.
Odd couple.
Yeah.
It's funny that Doug picked this show because I knew when I was watching, I'm like, Eric and Kenneth both aren't going to be into it.
Yeah. No.
PN News is me.
Well, I already apologized to Kenneth last week when I picked the show. And he still hates me.
And I turned it on the next day, open heart. Yes, I want to give Doug a chance.
Don't ever do that.
No. Open heart. I gave you 3 chances.
So did you finally like get through the whole show, or
I got through it. Did I like it? Did I understand it? No. Was I doing stuff to keep me occupied for not falling asleep on it? Yes.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
But I did like watching. I did watch some, but it's really a lot. It gave me a lot of pandemic wrestling vibe. Not even pandemic. I think the worst Raw of what 2006, 09 Rawish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. That era.
All right.
I actually don't think it was that horrible, but
There's some of the wrestling, it's old, and WCW around this time, the management and the booking wasn't great because, Jim Hart sucked ass, and Dusty Rhodes, had his peaks and his valleys. There was sometimes he was great, and there's sometimes his ideas were like, what the fuck are you doing? And making Kevin Nash a wizard's one of them that we'll get into later. But this show does have some decent wrestling on it that we'll get into. Some of the wrestling matches are actually really well done, and the co-main in particular is a pretty damn good title match.
Yeah,
for what it's trying to be. We have Bobby Eaton and PN News, one of the greatest territory wrestlers of all time, and
Bobby Eaton,
and a big rapper, and me. And then against Steve Austin, who might go on to do a couple things, and stunning Steve Austin, and Terrence Taylor with Lady Blossom, who was Austin's first wife.
Yes. This was a scaffold match.
Captured the flag scaffold
match.
Yeah,
which they basically did that for one particular reason. Nobody wanted to take the bump.
Well, yeah, PN News didn't want to fall through the ring. He didn't want to do that.
He had no business being up there anyway. When you're 403 pounds, the only time you belong up in the air is on a plane.
I agree.
Okay. Like, you do not belong up on a scaffold.
I thought it was. I'm surprised it didn't break.
Yeah. I mean,
All
there's
that
a
weight.
reason why, like, because, you know, those are the kind of scaffolds that, like, guys use to wash the windows. There's a reason why why most window washers are Eric's size and not ours.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, it's true.
No, I know.
All right. And I almost worded it a different way that would have come across really bad. So I made sure I spoke slow enough to where I can watch my words.
Yeah.
But PN News had no business being on that scaffold. They had to do capture the flag because I'm sure Taylor took a bump where he fell like I think he fell 10 feet, which really isn't that bad.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. But it was just, it was stupid.
The match itself was stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
That was strike number 1.
Yeah. It's amazing. All the strikes for you came in like the first 10 minutes.
3.
I didn't understand how the match went. Like, they had to get the flag and then go down. I guess
they had to get the flag and then go to their side of the scaffold.
Yeah. I think it shouldn't have been on the pay-per-view. It was like it should have been a pre-show.
I mean, or if you're going to do a scaffold match, do it with guys that, you know, aren't big enough to where if they fall, they'll cause a fucking crater in the ground.
Yeah, that too.
I'm
surprised more, whatever they call it, Maryland allowed this match.
I mean, that might have also been why it was captured the flag, because they're probably just like, well, look, we don't want people getting like extremely hurt in this. The Maryland State Athletic Commission still to this day are a bunch of sticklers. We know because I've told the story 100 times of what they did to AEW at that Full Gear pay-per-view.
Yep.
Or after that Full Gear pay-per-view. When Moxley and Omega had to be fined $10,000 for all the blood that was spilled in that match. But I'm giving this match a 1.5.
I like to capture the flag. I think nowadays, like, imagine this in the future. You get a bigger scaffold, like a little, like wider, so you can fit more people on it, like nice and wide. You have almost cage-ish, but you have room to fall down. You have tables all on the bottom, and it's teams of 3, and you have like Javon Evans, fucking Penta, and whoever, you know, and Rey Mysterio. Well, Rey's getting old.
Yeah, Rey wouldn't be able to do it. But Dragon Lee, maybe.
You can't do that to poor Rey.
Against fucking Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Mello. It would be a spectacle, and I think it's something that could work. But the way it was done, it felt like a waste of Stone Cold. That's why I look back and it's like, oh, no wonder he was kind of miserable.
Yeah,
because they didn't always use him the best. Sometimes they had him on good little pushes, but nobody saw him as a main event guy, and him doing stupid shit like that. And putting poor Bobby Eaton with that fat fuck. No offense to news, but he blew.
Yeah.
He was never really he was one of those big guys that got passed because he like had that big look, and big guys couldn't get booked back then, but he was very unathletic.
Yeah, I mean,
guys. Like Vader would work his ass off compared to him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was a point later on in the year, him and One Man Gang were going to work a program against each other to find out who the master of the splash was. And Dusty went to Gang and said, "Gang, baby, I need you to put over this PN News, make him a star." And he looked at Dusty and said, "Yeah, I'll see you later." And he quit.
That's funny. I think that it was a really genius move for the finish, which is weird that the camera didn't catch it and Jared and Tony didn't really call it, which I did like Jared and Tony on the call for this.
I did too.
But that was Bobby was behind PN News and used him as a tank to get through the other guys, and then he got to the flag as he collapsed on the other guy. That was like kind of an expert strategy for what they were trying to do in that match, and the camera just like panned away from it as it was happening, and then it went back to him having the flag, and then he just walked away and won, and it's like, that's great.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really smart that he's like uses this big fucker as a big guardrail just to run through. It was awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, it was hot at that Phillies game, Eric.
I know. I bet it was.
I
You were
was
probably
sweating.
like sweating.
Oh, dude, I was sweating my nutsack off next to this old lady. I felt so bad. It wasn't good. I was eating my hot dog, drinking a beer. I was disgusting.
Somebody
Glad you had fun.
I love the ballpark. It was a good time.
Oh yeah.
Somebody posted something. A friend of mine from back in Buffalo posted something the other day. He said, because of the excessive heat warning that's going on in the Northeast. And this guy posted a thing that said excessive swamp ass warning going all throughout Northeast right now. Beware of excessive cases of swamp ass.
I know, I got it. I could smell
Imagine all those international fans that came from like Europe have to deal with this heat this weekend, especially in Philadelphia tomorrow.
I mean, I can imagine all the fans from Croatia wanting to throw their poop at that referee last night.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that was a bad call.
I don't.
Well, Eric, what do you expect? It's a referee. They don't know how to make good calls.
I know.
I mean, back in the days with the payphones, they probably all called and caused the people that were calling some money. They can't make good calls.
International refs are probably more corrupt.
I don't know if I'd say corrupt. I'd say extremely stupid. But if you're a referee, like you were born incompetent. Just like if you're a lawyer, you were born a piece of shit. But anyway,
I give it a 1.
I'm going to give it a 1 as well.
what did you give it?
I want to give it a 1.
Not you, him.
for the strategy at the end. This is why I hate you. For the strategy at the end, I'm going to give it a 2. But I thought it was pretty clunky. And a bad use. Just put Austin and Eaton in there and let them have a great match.
Well, yeah, because they were already feuding over the TV title.
That's what should have been done.
I mean, shit.
Shit. All right. The Diamond Stud, Scott Hall, with Diamond Dallas Page, which is crazy to see these two here in which I like this, by the way. I thought this match was good. They're facing Tom Zink, the Z-Man, one of Doug's childhood favorites.
Yep.
Because he was a dummy. And I'm just kidding.
I was 5.
I know. All 5-year-olds are dummies. I'm just kidding. But Diamond Stud and it's weird watching those two side by side when they were better, like they were rivals later on.
Yeah.
Because he was a rival to the NWO. And it's weird seeing these two in a time where the business isn't good. And both of those guys are very responsible for WCW, specifically that same place business being great. Like, that's why when you say they didn't make anybody, it's like, come on, really? Because, fucking Scott Hall was there before he was in the WWF.
And Diamond Stud really wasn't that bad. I mean, he could work.
Of course, he could always work. But the gimmick, it was a cool presentation, and the girl ripped his clothes off, which was weird, but it was still cool. And you could tell they were trying to really push him. That's why, I can understand Kevin Nash being mad. But Scott Hall, it seemed like his gig wasn't that bad, and they put on a really good match, and it was a good finish.
Yeah, a girl never wants to rip my clothes off. She's always trying to put more clothes on me.
Tom Sink wasn't that over, though.
No.
You're something else. It's just crazy to see these two back to back, and they hated WCW in their time there. Then they go back and make a shit ton.
Yeah.
How long before they did they go back to WWF or make their debut?
What? Hall?
Oh, Nash.
They Razor went there in 92. Nash went there in 93.
Okay.
They were both upset with their tenures here, which, like I said, I see it in Kevin Nash's. But both of these guys had good matches. But this match was pretty good. Tom Zink wasn't that over. I'm going to give it a 2.8.
Back to the decimals, Clenneth.
You know what? I'll go up to a 3. I'll do it for that for Clenneth.
So,
Thank you.
I mean, telling you too, if I was really so against my decimal, I would have rated this whole show 0.1.
That's fair.
But I will say this was one of the matches I did kind of like and whatnot, so I am going to give it a 3.
I'm going to agree
give it
with the
2.5.
3.
2.5. I thought it was a good match.
Yeah. It was definitely decent. It was better than what the opener was.
Exactly.
So, all right. Next up is Ron Simmons, right?
Yep.
Ron Simmons
Kevin
versus
Nash.
Oz, which is Kevin Nash with Merlin the Wizard.
Oh my gosh.
Which is, you can tell just Dusty Rhodes. He was like, I woke up in a cold sweat, baby, and I can see that you're a Wizard of Oz. You're the Wizard of Oz, baby. And you got Merlin the Wizard next to you, and you got castles behind you, and it's gonna be fireworks, and it's gonna be money, baby. And you can tell because that was one of this is the guy. I love Dusty Rhodes, and I think his booking isn't bad. I think it's probably like 60-40 or 70-30
yeah.
in the good direction. But that 30 or 40%, there is some awful ideas in there, which you got to be like, I love them and RIP and all that, but you still got to recognize, if you're going to recognize Vince's bad ideas, Triple H's bad ideas, Eric Bischoff's, Dusty Rhodes had a couple bad ideas, and Jim Herd was influencing him too, so it wasn't all his fault. But
Every book always has their bad ideas.
Yeah. And like Oz was among one of them. And I remember Kevin Nash saying that he does not like Dusty because of that. He called him a douchebag because he's like, he took a 7-foot dude that can get ass and made him a wizard. And it was just, it's funny, but it's also like he did do shit like that. And he did the RoboCop.
Yeah.
And he did the fucking, what was it? The thing with Abdul the Butcher.
Yeah, the Chamber of Horrors.
He woke up in a cold sweat. I'm in a hot sweat right
If we
now.
did a review on that.
Yeah. And
One
don't forget,
day
he also he's the one that came up with the Shockmaster.
One day we will, Eric. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, the Chamber of Horrors we did review.
Okay.
You just weren't around for that because you were either sick or you got yourself sick, so you couldn't do the show. Or
Okay, cool.
That was our
Other than that,
top day.
other than Nash's shitty gimmick, this is a well wrestled match.
yeah,
And-
even though it did get a boring chant from one guy that kept trying to start the boring chant all night.
But he got a big. They got a big pop at the finish.
Yeah,
And
and
I-
they got a big pop with the clothesline.
And I liked going like the shoulder tackle to the tackle to the leg and going after the leg like a few times and then hitting the finish. I thought Farouk. I thought Ron Simmons looked great here, and you could tell he was getting prepared for a world title run at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
like
give
the old
this.
school
I'm
run.
gonna go another 3. I thought this was fun. Bad gimmick, but good match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
absolutely.
go 3 too.
I mean,
I'm also, or go ahead, Clenneth.
Ron Simmons looked good in this match. I think he's the one that changed it, so I am going to give it a 3 in that reason.
I'm going to agree with the 3.
3 across the board.
All right. Next up, we have the breakup of the Rock and Roll Express, which you think would be a lot bigger of a deal. If you're a territory guy, Rock and Roll Express is your shit. Rock and Roll in the Midnights. We have Richard Morton with Alexander York, who Richard Morton is now a part of the York Foundation,
Yep.
which was a stable around Terry, who is Goldust's wife later on, who has a computer.
Yep.
What's the whole gimmick? That she's a tech wizard?
She was a businesswoman who used a computer to devise strategy for men's matches.
Yeah.
She started off, she managed Michael Wall Street, Mike Rotunda. Then he left because he's just like, the ship is sinking, so I'm going to the WWF.
I'm out of here.
Then it was Terrence Taylor, then Richard Morton and Thomas Rich. They became the York Foundation. Mr. Hughes was with them for a while till he became Lex Luger's bodyguard.
Really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it was at this show where they started to notice that Hughes wasn't there. And then that's when Hughes came out and helped Luger win the title. Spoiler alert. But this was a really good match. It just, there wasn't really a lot of hype around it.
Which
Yeah, I'm
shouldn't have
surprised
been
it
the
wasn't.
case. That should be a main event marquee match.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
breakup.
It shouldn't have been fourth. It should have been like it should have been in the spot that that Gang and Elegante were in.
because they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Yeah.
And that should
Yeah.
have been.
It
The
should have been
match
in-
was good, and they gave it a long time. They gave it like almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was a
Yes,
really
17
long,
minutes.
And I liked, Morton working on the knee the whole time.
Yeah, because Gibson was coming off a knee injury.
But it was a good match, a good finish. I do think the crowd got a little cold at times, but they were also really into Gibson.
Yeah.
So I liked it, but I did think that it should have been 10 times what it was. It should have been should have been in the cage,
Mm-hmm.
and it shouldn't have been over the York Foundation. It should have been a cool breakup angle for those guys.
Yeah.
That's my view.
Well, no,
I like the
you're
match.
100% right.
I give it 3.5.
I'll give it another 3.
I want to give it a 2.
God damn, Glenn.
When we get to that segment where Eric Bischoff,
We'll get there. What are you giving?
I'm decimal and Clint at 3.5.
All right, there you go.
All right, next up we have Dustin Rhodes and the Young Pistols, Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong, the Armstrong that people don't talk about as much, against the Fabulous Freebirds, Michael Hayes, Jimmy Garvin, and Bad Street, who is Brad Armstrong, Armstrong that they talk about a little bit more,
Yeah.
who was probably one of the best wrestlers out of the kids. He probably was the best wrestler, but he always got a shit gimmick.
Yeah.
Road Dogg got the hottest because he was hot during the Attitude Era. So he was probably the most successful, but Brad could always wrestle the best.
Oh, yeah. Brad was a better wrestler. He just had a problem showing his personality.
They always gave him stupid shit, though.
Yeah.
Like Arachna. He's been Arachna Man, who's a Spider-Man ripoff, and they almost got sued. He was this, Bad Street.
By the way, he started off, his original name for this gimmick was Fantasia.
Oh, my God. See? He was Buzzkill, who was supposed to be like Road Dogg, but a hippie,
Yeah.
which was a bad Russo idea.
By the way, when they named him Fantasia, they were Disney called and said, "You can't do that. Like, we have a movie by that name." So they almost got sued by Disney.
That's awesome.
damn,
Disney and Marvel came after him in the same fucking year over the same fucking guy.
That's funny.
I thought this match was good because I thought the Pistols and the Freebirds always had good chemistry. And Dustin, Dustin obviously could work. I thought all 6 guys could work. And obviously the right guy won.
100% the right guy won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give this one a 4.
I'll give this another 3.5.
I'll give it a 3.
All right.
I thought it was a good day. The pre-show. Did anyone know that? Well, not the pre-show, but the interview before. Which, by the way, seeing like fucking Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Steve Austin, Eric Bischoff, Paul Heyman. Like when you think about 90s wrestling and what that would become in the Monday Night Wars and the ECW Revolution and all that it's all right here on this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just not developed yet. It's not, none of them. JR is a pretty good announcer right now, and Schiavone's coming into his own. But besides that, Bischoff's green as grass. And like a lot of them, Steve Austin was always good, but he wasn't Stone Cold yet, obviously.
Right.
And it's just funny seeing all these guys here. And it's like they would all go on to become like 91, the business isn't hot, but you get to 97, 98, all these guys are majorly successful. Nash, Hall, all these guys.
Yeah. Dustin.
Dustin.
No, I'm just kidding. But even Mark Merrow had a little bit of a run. Luger, obviously, Sting. It's just there's so many people.
Barry.
That become he gets worse.
Barry's
He goes
run
downhill.
started kind of
When
Barry Windham.
Around 95, 96, Barry gets fat, and then it all goes downhill.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
The stalker thing could have been cool. It was a cool gimmick coming to the WWF, but he was fat. And then they made him into like a boring baby face with it. He was on that. Wasn't he on the team for Rock's first ever
Yeah.
match? All right, so there you go. I like that. Dustin Rhodes, though, was trying to be his father in that promo beforehand with Bischoff, where he's like, "It's the natural baby, Dustin Rhodes," and he's like "You lit a fire underneath it." Like he was like talking just like his dad.
Yeah.
And it was like he was not him yet. You could tell. He was really trying to be his dad. But I liked the match. I thought it was an all right 6-man. I'm going to go 2.
All right. Up next is
The Freebirds weren't what they used to be, even though I love Terry Garvin.
No.
All right. The Yellow Dog. The Yellow Dog, baby. Which is Brian Pillman dressed up as a yellow dog against Johnny B. Bad with Teddy Long by his side.
Teddy Long.
This match was wrestled really good because there's 2 guys that could wrestle really good. But it didn't last long, and it was fucky, and it was a bad game. A lot of these matches are like, the match is pretty good, but there's fucky gimmicks and stupid shit going on.
Yeah.
So you don't get to enjoy the match. But the 9,000 in attendance were up for a lot of it, too.
Yeah.
They were into it, and that did help. And that's why it's like good for them for being able to draw a card. Because I remember like seeing the WCW show in Germany in 2000 when they were really fucking off the rails. And they did like 9,000. It's like, oh, they actually could draw a big house.
Overseas. Yeah.
But it's cool when a company can things aren't going but good, but they can get a good gate.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking shit about AEW the one year and how the sales were going down, and All In still does like 58,000 or something, which is cool.
Well, yeah, because they were able to do it overseas.
No, in Texas, I mean.
Oh yeah, they still
Last year.
Which I would not say is their stomping grounds.
No. And here's the thing about this match with Pillman. The gimmick was Brian Pillman lost a loser leaves town match. He comes back under the mask as Yellow Dog. Barry Windham had a bounty out for him saying, "Hey, I put this guy out of wrestling. But he comes back under this mask. If you unmask him, I'll pay you." So this was a bounty match. And the match was good, but it was just so stupid.
Yeah. It was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I'm giving the match a 2.5.
I'm going to agree with Doug.
I'm going to give it a 1.
I'm going to give it a 2 because I thought the wrestling in the middle of it was solid. And Johnny B. Bad was always a fun character.
Oh, it was a great
The Yellow Dog shit was stupid. Brian Pillman could still go. So. All right. Now we have Big Josh and Black Blood. And who is Black Blood, Doug?
Black Blood was Billy Jack Haynes under a mask.
And Big Josh is who else? Matt Bourne,
Matt Bourne, the original Doink.
who has had a lot of success in a lumberjack match. Which is funny, Big Josh would go on to have way more success after this.
Yeah. Billy Jack Haynes, this was like his last big run. Because he's also certifiably nuts.
Yeah.
Uh,
Lumberjack is one of those weird stipulations that the match is usually going to suck, but there can be some fun spots in between.
yeah.
And especially if you utilize the guys outside, right? This was short, but it was still pretty action-packed. And Big Josh, as Big Josh, Matt Bourne looked like a beast.
He did.
He was a little chubby, but he just looked like a straight savage that could just kick your ass. That's what's crazy to think that guy was Doink the Clown.
Yeah, I mean, the match was okay, and the Lumberjacks getting involved. I saw too much of the hard asses. I mean, the hardliners on this fucking show. But it is what it is. I mean, Dick Murdoch is one of Dusty Rhodes' best friends, and Dick Slater's a rash. Let me tell you how big of a piece of shit Dick Slater is. Dick Slater was with this girl back in the 80s called Dark Journey. Dark Journey got tired of the dirty dick. All right. Apparently he didn't wash it. So she decided she was going to get fucked by Sting. Because Sting's a young up and coming stud. So Sting porked her. Dick Slater found out about it. Dick Slater blindsided Sting in a bathroom and shoved his face in a toilet. Hence why in WCW, Dick Slater never, hence why in WCW, Dick Slater always had to put over Sting.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. It just goes to show if you don't want your woman to sleep with another guy, wash your penis.
Well, thanks for always teaching lessons on
Another
this.
show.
And I actually promised Mom I'd start cleaning up the language on this show.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well,
She should have known you weren't going to do that.
I said I would mainly do it for the cartoon show. For this show, I lied.
Wait, she wanted you to tone it down?
She said, she goes, I feel like I always want to share your shows, but your mouth is always so dirty. And it's just like, yeah, I'm a 40-year-old angry asshole. Of course, my mouth is always so fucking dirty.
You know what? You need a girl in your life, man. That's why you're so angry.
Yeah, well, I keep trying to get a girl, but I don't have enough air to keep blowing her up.
What the hell is going on? I can't even look at my phone without crazy shit going on.
Trying to keep you focused.
I am focused.
All right. All right. So Lumberjack match, I'm giving a 2.
I'm gonna give it a 1.
As well.
1-5.
Besides opening, this was probably the most boring match.
Yeah. Clenneth, what did you say you're giving it?
2 as well.
Okay.
What did we think of JR and Tony's banter throughout? Because they got a lot of time on this pay-per-view. Like, it's a 2-hour and 49-minute show.
Yeah.
I'd say at least a half hour is them talking.
Yeah.
It felt longer. Even though the timestamp says 2 hours, it felt longer than that.
And then you got 10 minutes of Eric Bischoff.
Yeah. I mean, I like JR and Tony together. You can tell that they're friends.
Yep. That's why they were ranked where we were in the commentary tournament.
Yeah. I mean, also, too, Tony Schiavone went further in the tournament because I'm an idiot, but
Well, I was with you on that one, right?
yeah, but that's pretty self-explanatory.
Hey,
You ready to move on?
Sure.
yeah.
He's like, desperately, yes. All right. El Gigante with defeated one-man gang with Kevin Sullivan.
All right, this is a hot take. I actually think that this was one of the top 3 matches on the show.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a lot of little fellas.
That didn't have a lot to do with why I said it.
I know you.
I actually thought that this match was like Elegante. He gets a lot of shit, but I actually felt like him and Gang actually wrestled pretty well.
He had better chemistry with him than he did Undertaker. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much.
That's why, Gang was probably sitting at home. He's just like, well, when George had to work with me, he never tried to hurt me. But yeah, no, I actually thought this was a good match. I think always thought Kevin Sullivan was a good manager. And it was just it was good. That's why I'm going to give it a 3.
Meat and ice cream on the show. It's
Okay.
fucking hot out.
We'll give it 2.5. What kind of ice cream?
I want to give it a 1 because I didn't find the match interesting whatsoever.
You're a hater.
Remember these cups from lunchtime, Eric? The lunchroom cups.
Oh wow. Oh,
I'm not a hater. I'm just stating the fact because technically I don't remember that match at all.
I was
I
being
thought it was
nice.
pretty good. For El Gigante, it's one of his better performances, so I'm going to go 3.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I thought it was like one of his better matches. I can understand if people don't like it, especially people that like just had the show on in the background and like are either doing their laundry, washing dishes, clanging their berries, whatever they feel like doing in the background.
Or talking to loved ones, people who mean a lot to them. Or
I mean that too.
Playing your berries?
Yeah.
Or playing GTA.
I mean, that's also a very important thing to do.
I can't wait for 6.
Oh, GTA 6?
Yeah.
Yep. November.
I'm not
What
sure.
year?
I'm not even sure. I feel like I want to like buy it. I don't want to just have a downloaded copy. I want a disc.
He wants old school.
I'll wait for reviews.
You
That's
cheap
old.
son of a bitch.
Well, technically, I feel the same way about it. Well, I did pre-order Wolverine.
He did pre-order Wolverine.
What did you pre-order?
Wolverine.
Because he's got a PlayStation. You both do.
Yep.
You just don't get it. Xbox for life, baby.
I used to be an Xbox guy, and then
I
switched
used to be an
back
Xbox guy too until mine said, "You know what? I don't want to work no more." Then the whole and I said, "You know what? I want to go get a PlayStation because the Xbox fandom would allow me to buy it." I said, "Let me get a PlayStation instead."
You get a station to play.
All right. Next match is Sting and Nikita, right?
Yeah,
The
but I didn't
Russian-
get thought I said
Russian chain match.
in the Russian chain match, which is a 4 corners match, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nikita sucked.
Now this match did bring me back into the show. I ain't gonna lie.
I didn't like
Yeah.
Nikita Koloff that much, even though they pushed him a lot.
Sting carried this match.
Sting did carry this match, and Sting was so over all the time. He's one of those guys that he's truly, and I know he had the stint in WWE, but it doesn't count because it sucked. He is the most over non-WWE wrestler of all time.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Like a run outside of the company, like Goldberg had a short stint, I guess, and like Hogan's outside, but like Sting throughout the whole, like out of anybody that was not in WWE. I know MJF's trying to get there now, but Sting was the guy, and he still is the guy that like made a lot of money and drew a lot of money outside of that big conglomeration.
If you
Which
think
he
about
did
it, he was over in 4 different companies: WCW, WWE, TNA, and AEW.
WWE, he was over because of his legacy, but they didn't do anything with him. He had a cool debut with the whole at Survivor Series with Dolph Ziggler. That's when it's like, oh, WWE's starting to realize shit, and they're pushing guys that should be pushed, and they're bringing Sting in. Like, they're being smart, and then in like a few months, they fuck all that up, of course. But I remember watching that. It's like, oh, Dolph Ziggler's money.
Yep.
He had a great run in that match. But Nikita and Sting, it was a match that they put on a lot back then. But the Russian chain match, I don't like. The only thing I love Sting, The only thing that's wrong with him is WCW's had so many shitty bookers throughout the years that Sting has been booked to look like such a dipshit at times.
Yeah.
And it's not as bad as trusting Ric Flair again just to get fucked over, but it was like, why would you splash him when you knew he was gonna, you know what I mean? Like, just go over there and you hit it. Yeah, hit something else, neutralize him with the death lock, and then go over there.
Right, exactly.
It was a unique finish to get Nikita over as the winner and then still give Sting the moment after, and I did like that. But I just thought it was a little harebrained.
It was. I'm giving this match a 3. I thought it was very good. It was very good. I wasn't really a big fan of Nikita either. No. But the fact that they let Sting stand tall at the end, that was probably the best decision.
Yes.
I'll give it a 3.5.
I want to give it a 3.
All right. I'm going to go a 3-2.
Yeah.
And moving on to Lex Luger and Barry Windham for the WCW World Championship. Before this match happened and they were showing the crowd, they were chanting, "We want Flair."
Yeah.
Explain to the people why Flair's not there, Doug, if you haven't already.
All right. So basically, the main event of this match was supposed to be Lex Luger and Ric Flair in the cage. Ric Flair had enough of Jim Hurt. And he wanted out. And Jim Hurt basically told him, "Hey, Great American Bash, you're dropping the title to Luger. You're gonna cut your hair, we're gonna turn you into Spartacus, and you're gonna
For real?
you're gonna huh?
Are you?
Spartacus.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's the way Flair tells it. You're gonna cut your hair. We're gonna put a Spartacus helmet on you, and we're gonna revamp you. We're taking you out of the world title picture.
They were going to make Ric Flair a Roman soldier, which is insane.
Yeah. So.
And Buzz's head.
Yeah. So Flair gave himself a little bit of a haircut, and he's just like, "Well, I'm not doing any of that stuff." Yeah. He goes, "I'd rather leave." Okay, cool. Well, you're going to put Lex Luger over on your way out. No, I'm not. I will drop the title to Barry Windham. Lex is our guy. Yeah, and you guys are extremely stupid. I'll put the title on Barry. I will never drop a world title to Lex Luger.
So Lex Luger, yeah, I don't get that.
He didn't like him. I mean, now like he kind of kisses up to him now, but that's because he drinks 24/7, so he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Well, Lex is one of the more underrated guys ever, which we've covered on this show.
Yeah. So he left. He took the big gold belt with him because they had so back in the days, like if you were going to hold the belt, you had to put down I think it was a $25,000 deposit. Misty's ready for the air to come back. You had to put down a $25,000 deposit to if you were going to be the one carrying the belt.
Yeah.
Well, Flair was going to give them the belt back because he even said, he goes, "All right, cool. I'll drop the belt. I'm going to get my deposit back." Right. And Jim Herd's like, "No, you're leaving the company. So we're going to keep that as money that you owe us for the fact that you're leaving or whatever." He's like, "All right, fuck you. I'm taking the belt with me."
Yeah.
So he did.
And then he did the real world champion in WWE.
Yeah. And then
and won the greatest Royal Rumble of all time in people's opinions.
Oh yeah.
So here we are with Barry Windham, who was always like supposed to be the guy, but never actually was. And I feel like I said this earlier to Doug. I think Barry Windham might be one of the best non-over wrestlers of all time. Whereas he was close to over and he had really good matches with Ric Flair, but that's when business wasn't as hot around this time.
Yeah.
And he did have, he was over as part of the Four Horsemen and shit, but he was always kind of that other guy. Like a lot of people's favorite versions of the Horsemen have him, including mine. But I do think that on his own, like it was always like he was supposed to be the guy, and he was always one of the better wrestlers on the card, but he never really got there. And then around the 90s, he gets chubby and kind of goes downhill. Right here, he's still pretty good, and him and Lex have a pretty damn good match with a double turn in it that I did not see coming.
Yeah, well, him and Lex always had really good chemistry because they had that history of they were world tag team champions together.
Yeah,
years before, and it worked. And the double turn, because people were behind Lex Luger. Like, I know Ric Flair and Jim Cornette even says it, but Jim Cornette, and I love my father, but he is a bitter old fuck who can't step out of the 1960s, and refuses to acknowledge anything that's good today. But they had said, oh, well, Luger wasn't over. It's like, well, he was getting pretty good reactions. He was over.
yeah.
I don't know what the hell you're hearing. Clean the earwax out of your ears.
Yeah, he was over. He was always, especially in WCW.
Yeah.
Later on, too.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a WCW Hall of Famer first ballot. I'm glad he's in the WWE Hall of Fame, but if there was a WCW one, he's first ballot.
Oh, definitely.
He was great there. Drew a lot of money. So I'm going to give this match a 4 because I think it's the best thing on the card.
I'm going to agree with you.
Should have been the main event, but
I agree with you. I agree. I'll give it a 4. I'll go 4.2.
Ah, man. I'm going to go say 4 as well.
Go ahead, Clenneth. I'm sorry.
I really did enjoy this match. I think this was like the best thing one of the best things I did see in the match. Of the night right there.
And it really should have been the last match of the show.
Yes, it should have been.
Like, the whole thing, the cage match that came after, it's just like, why?
I really consider this the main event because I don't even think that other one's worth being the main event.
No, it wasn't. I mean, again, if they would have gone, if Scott Steiner would not have gotten hurt, and they didn't have to take Barry Windham out of this match, then yes, it would have been then it probably would have been worthy of a main event slot, because you could still do the thing with Missy, but Rick and Scott can work a pretty good tag match in the cage.
Yep.
But they had to do what they had to do, which, to be honest with you, like, obviously we'll get to the cage match in a second, but why not put the hardliners with Dangerously? And make that like a 6-man, and then Rick Steiner has to find like another partner or another couple partners, because I understand the whole thing with Missy, but Missy was adored by a lot of fans at that time.
yeah.
But yeah, no, the world title cage match was really good.
All right. Yeah, the main event, Doug already kind of got into it, but it's Rick Steiner was supposed to be Missy before she got pulled off, which was kind of made Paul look good when he's like, goodbye.
Yeah.
And then you got Arn Anderson and Paul Lee, which is a funny combo. This does not last long. It lasts about 2 minutes. Rick Steiner gets his comeuppance on Heyman, and Heyman takes his comeuppance well.
Yeah.
Which he's not a guy that takes a lot of bumps, but when he does, it means something.
Yeah, exactly.
So, which that's how you know Solo's just not that good when he couldn't get over after Heyman bumped for him, because he made him with that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's also their booking too. Rick Steiner looked good here. It wasn't anything special. I'll give it a 2. It was fun. It was fun to see Heyman get his ass kicked. But
yeah, and you were saying earlier that Paul Heyman, like back then, nothing about him is the same as it is now, except for the face.
He's got the same exact face.
Like, that face did not change. The weight changed. The hair changed. Even though he was losing his hair back then, too.
But not the face.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 1.5. And I love Rick Steiner and I love Arn Anderson. But this was just like, there was no point to this. You could have had this, or you could have had this before the world title.
Can I give it a 0?
I want to give it a 1.
I mean, Eric, you could give it whatever you want. A 0, a 1, chlamydia.
I'll give it a half star. Oh, we forgot to talk about what happened in the locker room.
Oh, when Bischoff tried to interview her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bischoff looked like such a schlub. That was like a Michael Cole moment for him.
I was like, don't go in there. Don't go in there. You know exactly what's going to happen. And he still went in there.
And Missy's assistant, who was looking at Bischoff, didn't have really the nerve to say, oh, Miss Hyatt, by the way, there's a fucking Ken doll looking asshole standing out here ready to interview you, even though you're getting ready to soap up your cheeks. I mean, obviously she couldn't put it that way. Technically, it was a family show, but
was it really though? A family show?
I'd say, well, family-ish. I mean, despite the fact that you had two guys who probably, could go to jail for, what, abducting a woman. But
it really made Eric Bischoff look like a, I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm saying.
An idiot?
No. It's the P word.
Putz?
Wow, gotcha.
Oh, the other one.
No.
Yeah. See?
Oh yeah, the old prevert.
Yeah.
I'm trying to clean it. Clinton, I told you I made a vow to my mommy. I had to.
The vows are maybe broken. Well, not all vows.
All right, the whole show. Let's give our final thoughts on the show. All right.
Yeah.
And a rating. I thought this was really fun for the time. Yes, there was some boring moments, and yes, there was some dumb, weird booking choices, but I thought the wrestling was actually pretty good, bell to bell at times. I'm going to give this a 6.5. I don't think it's not something I would recommend to everybody, but if you're an old school fan that wants a little hidden gem, this could be it. WCW back then doesn't feel right without Flair, but it's still pretty good. Eric.
I thought it was a decent show. We reviewed worse, so I'm not gonna shit on it too much. But like Clint is probably going to. Sorry, Clint. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
All right, Clintus, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Okay, so this is not really my time period. The matches were like out of place. Yeah, some good. I did like the chain match, Russian chain match. Ron Simmons looked good. I enjoyed watching young Ron Simmons, the world title, left Luger, and the confusion, the opening with the horrible Capture the Flash gaffle match that really didn't lead anything. I see better in ECW. I'll have to give this pay-per-view a 4.
All right. I grew up on this. I remember actually watching some of this pay-per-view live back when I was a kid. I thought it was an okay show. Watching it now, I could see why it sucked. But I really enjoyed the world title cage. I did enjoy Elegante and One Man Gang. I thought the 6-man was good. Fuck the hardliners. And I give this show a I'm gonna give it a 7.
We're gonna go 7?
Yes.
What did Clemens give it?
A 4.
Better than I thought he would.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know what we're doing next week?
You're back to picking the shows.
Yes. So we're back to the Holy Land.
Yeah.
The Holy
Next
Land.
week, we're going to my favorite era, the Ruthless Aggression era, and we're going to rank every single superstar in the Ruthless Aggression era. It's the Ruthless Aggression era rankings. I think we might have done one a long time ago, but we're going to do one now on the YouTube.
Okay.
We haven't done that, right, on video?
What
don't
a
think
ruthless aggression ranking?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
So you're going to give us like 5 categories we have to rank, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically like superstars, jobbers, mid-carders. Our favorites and our non-favorites, basically.
Well, no, is there going to be like a 5 like level criteria?
We'll see.
Yeah, like the doofus, the all
Yeah,
players and stuff like that.
yeah. It'll be like a tier list.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about Shelton Benjamin, Rene Dupree, and everybody in between.
Charlie Hess.
Rico.
So how do we feel about the Olafemi forfeiting his title match?
I think it's dumb. He should do both in one night and look like a badass.
I mean, SummerSlam's 2 nights.
It's 2 nights.
Yeah, he beat Brock, and then he goes on to beat Roman. That was my plan.
I think I thought the whole thing was dumb. Him just forfeiting. I do like the fact that him and Brock are going to be in Hell in a Cell. I do think it's going to be a good match.
And Brock's done after this, probably, right?
More than likely, yeah. What?
Oh, can I pick the show in 2 weeks?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
All in 2024.
Okay.
The Danielson win?
Yeah.
You know we did that before, right? On YouTube?
We did?
Yeah. The night after it happened.
Wow.
Oh, then the first London.
All right. Don't even watch your own fucking show.
That's
Well,
good,
it's all in season, so
yeah. So that's what we're doing for the next 2 weeks.
Well, that's the one we're doing in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but my show and then his show. That's the next 2 weeks of programming.
Oh, okay.
Done.
Wait, so what year all because like I said, I don't have no HBO Max, so I can't go watch this stuff.
Well, you have a couple weeks. We'll figure it out.
It's 2023. You might even be able to look. I think Tubi's going to start streaming their stuff.
Tubi has the first 3 seasons of the first half of each Dynamite. Like it's not the whole 52. It's only 20 something episodes of the first Dynamite in the first 3 seasons.
Well, call them and ask them to put up the all ins.
It's not gonna.
Now.
I think they're going to Fox. I think Fox might be getting wrestling again.
Oh boy.
we'll figure it out. I
Next week
might be
for
able to give it
Ruthless
you my login.
Nope. We'll see everybody next week for the Ruthless Aggression Era rankings. Thank you,
All right.
everybody. Goodbye.
Later.
Right.
Stay cool.
Derek, do the clips, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
And don't
sir.
forget to watch When Tunes Combine YouTube channel tomorrow night.
Don't you skip past my plug? What are you doing on that show?
It's another anime gauntlet, so we're gonna get about 10 views.
Yeah, because the
Code-
anime king is not on.
Yeah. Well, so then we might actually get more views. Code Geese and Ace of the Diamond are gonna start. Dan to Dan comes in 3rd. Vinland Saga comes in 4th. Sword Art Online comes in 5th. Then we're going to have Kaiju number 8 come in, then Yu Yu Hakusho, and then Redo of Healer will come in last. That's tomorrow night on the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Now we can end.
We'll see everybody next time. Goodbye.
Later.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Where's the fucking mouse?
Did you read the spoilers?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.